Hello dear patrons, and welcome to our very first Magic Monday. I'm super excited about this whole new way of connecting with you, and I've worn something shiny in celebration of the shiny new year that we have stretched out ahead of us. So I guess we're going to just see how these unfold. As always, I love to improvise things and just let the magic flow. But I think the first thing that would be really great with our very first Magic Monday is a little sage smudge. And just start out fresh. Let go of the year that's gone. We've said goodbye to 2022. And I hope your New Year's celebrations were lovely. Ours was so quiet and gentle. It was really beautiful, just Tim and I. Out with the old. We don't want to carry anything that doesn't serve us into this beautiful new year of 2023. Out with the old and in with the new. Letting go of all that no longer serves you, knowing that you can step up to the next level of your best self this year. So much potential, so much possibility. It's an exciting time. Now, one of the other things I wanted to quickly talk about was the fact that we entered this new year with Mercury retrograde, so seemingly traveling backwards in our skies. And there's so much myth, I guess, around this whole Mercury retrograde thing. It's become very popular to blame everything that possibly could go wrong during the few weeks that Mercury is retrograde a few times a year. On dear Mercury. But this process of Mercury seeming to go backwards in our skies is part of nature, and we know that everything in nature has its purpose and its place. So the whole idea with why people get hung up on Mercury retrograde is that Mercury is the planet of communication, of travel, of especially like rules, things like, computers and machines and things that we communicate with. So when Mercury goes retrograde, what it means is that rather than his usual going out there energy, that god Mercury, who's the messenger god for the Olympic gods, carries messages here and there, traveling so fast. When he goes retrograde, to me, it's like the point where he's gone into the underworld. He's one of the very few gods in Greek mythology that can go into the underworld and come out again. So him going backwards, retreating into himself, going into the underworld is a really natural process. And it's all okay. It does mean that we need to take a little extra care with things like the way that we communicate, or maybe checking that we've booked the right ticket, or that the dates and times, all those little details that Mercury helps us take care of. Well, his attention is elsewhere at the moment, in a very valid place, in a place that says, reflect gently on what has gone past, on the past year, and prepare yourself for that coming out. January 18th, he goes direct again. So these couple of weeks are a great opportunity for us to gently reflect. That's the Mercury retrograde. Look inward, reflect on the year that was, and take a good honest look at that, the year that was, and really make clear and conscious decisions about what you are bringing forward. So in a way, it's a slow start to the year. I went to a little party yesterday in Santa Fe, and a lot of people, so a New Year's Day party, a lot of people said their New Year's Eve was very quiet, and I think that's part of it, that it was an opportunity to reflect on what was a difficult year for many of us. So now this is a little bit of a take a breath and slow it down, and prepare for the year ahead. We've got a couple more weeks of that gentle, reflective, preparatory energy, and then it's full steam ahead from January 18th. So it's a positive thing, and we can everything in nature, we can find the positive energy in it because it's nature. So in a way, it's meant to happen, whatever that is. Even things that are seemingly, destructive, natural disasters and things like that, what comes out of that is a sense of rebirth. And so in a mini way, we're going to get that with when Mercury goes direct. And we've certainly, definitely got a sense of rebirth with this beginning of the new year, the calendar year. But you know, I know the calendar's changed many times, but the calendar, we're all sharing it at the moment. We're all buying into that same myth of linear time across the planet. So January 1st means something, and a certain energy is raised. Now, also, this is the candle that I lit at the solstice concert. So I'm thinking that I could light that each of our Magic Mondays and bring that bright, positive energy throughout our whole year. And if it burns down, I'll just light another candle off it and keep that flame alive. So I think that's a pretty sweet thing too. The next idea that I've got for our Magic Mondays is that I pull a tarot card for the whole community. Our Patreon community, I mean, us. And why I love Patreon is that it creates community. And I know that some of you have met each other and made friendships and connections through Patreon, and that makes me just so happy. So this year, I'd really like us collectively to put some energy into our Patreon community so that it's more than just about me and my music and magic. It's about all of us, and that we can connect on the Patreon, Mighty Networks Patreon group. I'll put a link again in this post, so if you haven't joined yet, that we instigate chats and inspirational things for each other, that it all doesn't necessarily come from me, but I'm there creating a little container for all of us. And so when I'm pulling these cards each Monday, it's an opportunity for us collectively to think, what can we bring to the community? But it's also for each of us individually. So I'll pull one card, and all that we need to be thinking about is, what can that possibly mean for me this week? Is it that I need more of that, less of that? Do I need to be aware of that? You know, we'll see what happens, hey? So it's both a collective energy of our Patreon community, this wonderful thing that I would just like to see getting stronger and stronger, because I think it's a nice size. There's a couple of hundred of us, hopefully more this year, where we can actually make individual connections, and I can actually get to know you. So the more that you are contributing to our chats, the more that we actually make connections. So that's my aim for this year. Okay, I'm going to get into the zone. Send your energy to these cards, please. What is it that we need to know this week? Our first Magic Monday. All right, I'm going to go with this card. Let's see what comes up. Oh, look at this guy. Death, very much about letting go of the old. This is that opportunity of saying, wow, this is the end of something. And I just said that about natural disasters and everything, that the end is always the beginning. So, while we have this couple of weeks left of Mercury retrograde, go and look through, contemplate your own life, and be brave enough to release what no longer serves you. It's a powerful card. Endings and beginnings, and the threshold of the new year is an ending and a beginning. But I think that this is kind of suggesting to us that we really don't want to, we want to be absolutely sure that we're releasing anything that doesn't serve us with this coming year. So for this week, allow yourself to contemplate, what is it that I am stepping beyond, leaving behind with the old year, and embracing with this new year? And, oh, big trucks going by. And that might be challenging in some level, but I tell you what we do have. We have a full moon this week, and we have the Cancer full moon the first full moon of the year in the sign of Cancer on Friday. So the moon is waxing, which mightn't seem like a great time to be releasing, but it is a time that we can still, as the moon grows in her strength, we can be reflecting as her light brightens, shining that light deeper into ourselves so that we can be contemplating, what is this new cycle for me? Okay, stepped through the old year, and now what? And now what? So open to the next cycle of possibility, which is very, very exciting. So the Cancer full moon, this is going to be weird for me because it will be the first full moon in like 5 years that I haven't done a full moon magic concert. Even when I was nursing my dad when he was dying, you know, a couple of years ago, I still did a little something on the full moon for Patreon. Other than that, I don't think I've missed one moon, maybe a couple if I was exhausted or something. But it's going to be a very different feeling for me approaching the full moon without thinking, I've got to be practicing songs and doing a concert and spending a whole day editing. And for me, it's a really great, this is part of that death thing for me too. What am I letting go? Well, I'm letting go of that cycle of associating the moon with some work as well, creating a fresh new relationship with her and focusing on more of the solar energy this year, doing all of the Sabbats. So the next one, of course, will be the Imbolc Lammas Sabbat. So this Cancer full moon, Cancer's a watery sign. It's cardinal water, like the womb, the beginning of things, like the primordial ocean. And it's an opportunity for us to go deep into our emotions and connect with the energy of home, whatever that means to us. Which I think leads me to a song. I think I'll do the song Home, actually. Hadn't really decided what I was going to do, but I think this Cancer full moon right across the planet, regardless of our whether we're summering or wintering, the Cancer full moon is a good opportunity to reassess, what does home mean to me, and how can I strengthen my sense of home at the Cancer full moon? I'm going to suggest that you put out a jar of water or a covered glass or something underneath, in the light of the full moon on the as the moon is waxing, so Thursday night, and put it out there under the light of the full moon, charge it up with that, and then drink a little sip or use it to cleanse your magical tools, but drink a little sip and take in that energy of that beautiful lunar goddess energy that in the sign of Cancer is a beautiful, empowering and strengthening energy for your home. Okay, here we go, home. Oh. Journey without, journey within, no longer know where I'm going, just where I've been. I know it's hard, it's coming soon. A place that's more than a suitcase, more than a room. I'm tired of running around, and so many people, I want my feet on the ground so my visions can fly. My soul is ready and I can finally free fall, just you and I, just you and I. storm. When I am feeling the cold, then you keep me warm. Troubadour life, freedom to roam. Maybe the world is our stage, but you are my home. I'm tired of running around, and so many people, and my feet on the ground, so my visions can fly. My soul is ready and I can finally free fall. Just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. So, May, this a beautiful time for doing a bit of spring cleaning and connecting in with that home energy. So this Magic Monday, our first one, is a little longer than the rest. I'm going to try to aim for about 10 minutes each one, but being the first one, we needed to set the stage and and find my flow. And I'm going to really try not to edit them either. So you're going to get all my mistakes, which is nice. It makes me feel like you're more here in the room. Talking of home and finding my center, look at this cute little present that Tim gave me for Yule. It's a new compass, which my old compass had broken. It wasn't working anymore. And he's put this darling little photograph of he and I when we were messing around at a wedding a couple of years ago. And I just thought that was the most darling thing. I wrote that song Home for him, that he is my home. And to me, that's that. So that we're each other's home and each other's center and each other's point of direction, And a compass is a great magical tool, by the way. Very powerful, helpful. So may you find your center at this full moon. Of course, I will drop into Patreon and say hi and sing a song on the full moon on Friday. But for now, thank you for being patrons. Thanks for trusting in this new adventure. I'm excited, and that's a good thing, to let go, break out of patterns that I was needing to shake things up outside of, change the full moon magic format. So letting go of what's no longer serving us, taking a gentle entry into the new year, reflecting on the past, letting go, and on this full moon, embracing what it means to find your center and find your home. So much love to all of you. Let's hang out more on the Mighty Network's Patreon page. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, blessed be. Bye.